Peace and love, everybody. It's John. This is Appetite for Spirit. And now that I made a video about how the brain works as far as telepathic communication, now I can talk to you about the actual communication. Today, what I want to talk about as far as communicating with something is communicating with crystals. How to know, Jesus, how to know if a crystal wants to talk to you and how to talk back. How to recognize the voice. So when you're wearing one, or when you're holding one in your hand, or when you're even just walking around a crystal shop and you hear it talking to you, what to look for? Well, any voice that isn't yours. If you can hear a voice in your head and you know that it's not your own thoughts, like you know, as far as you can see the spider web, like the thought map in the back of your head that connects all the images and audio in your subconscious mind that helps you to create your thoughts and create the sounds and create everything that helps your brain to work in the conscious state. If you can see that and you can't trace any of the things you're hearing back to that thought map, that means that it is another source that you're picking up on. Your psychic empathic abilities are picking up on another source to a thought process. Either it's somebody around you, and if you're at that point where you can hear that, then you should be able to trace it. You should be able to know, like, okay, I'm sourcing the energy, like I'm sensing the energy. It's not this person here. It's not this person here. I can just tell. The intention isn't right. So where is it? And at this point, your receiving hand that best receives energy, that's my left hand, also very recommended to help control the energy flow. Copper bracelets helps you to really maintain and control the energy receiving and giving. So hold out your receiving hand, or you can do either one, I don't care. I just prefer to do this one because it's like easier to feel. And I would literally like the best example I can give is this Tektite whispered my name. I went into this crystal shop and I heard Jonathan. So I'm walking around, and I swear I went over every single crystal. I must have gone over hundreds of crystals just with my hand out, trying to figure out where that voice was coming from. And the entire time I just kept on hearing, Jonathan, Jonathan. Finally, my hand went over this one and stopped, and every hair over, like on my body, just stood up. I was like, whoa, this is energy. That was it. Picked it up. And that kind of opens the door for me to be able to receive communication from other crystals. I had been there and there, but really hearing this one, this has proved to be a really, really prominent guide in my life. Now, when you are investigating crystal communication, it could be, like, it doesn't have to be a crystal, but I'm just talking about crystals in general for this one. So, when you're communicating with it, like, that's how you recognize the voice. Like, just try to trace the energy as best you can. Like, it's more of like a gut feeling. It's more of like a heart chakra feeling. You know, like, you just know. And it's not based on doubt. It's not based on rational thinking. It's just knowing and feeling. This is an energy feeling. It's not a logical 5 sense feeling. It's an energy feeling that you have to really know and tap into, because crystals are always trying to talk to you, and people will tell you, I can talk to crystals talk to me. That is not supposed to make you feel discouraged, because anybody can talk to crystals. Anybody can have crystals talk to them. There's no reason that you can't. If you can feel a crystal's energy and you feel the need to keep on going and getting crystals and using them for healing purposes in your life, or for anything really, then that means that you are capable of having a crystal talk to you, and you are capable of talking to a crystal. Just follow the energy trail and just look for it more. You just have to know what to look for. And that is what you look for, is that voice in your head that you know is not yours. Lighting up a little incense. Puts my mind at ease. just literally just go out in the woods and pick a little place to make my sacred space for the next 5 minutes. More like next hour or 2 or 3. Or a day. So once you speak to a crystal, or once you have a crystal speak to you, you don't just be like, oh, okay, that was cool. No, it's a constant attempt at communication from this crystal. Because, just wait for this boat to go by. Hi. Hey. Ho ho ho. It is a constant attempt at communication from this crystal. It didn't come into your life for no reason. It wants to guide you. Like I was talking about earlier, crystals, a Zen lifestyle. If you saw that video, I'm talking about how crystals aren't something you just wear around your neck for the sake of the energy. They are living things just like you, and they have purposes for guidance. They are consultations in your life. You don't just throw crystals on your neck and be like, hey, I got the energy, good combinations, you know what I mean? Like, sure, there are crystals with capabilities that combine well with other capabilities. My goodness. Sure, that is a such thing. These things exist. But that does not at all mean that you are just to take the energy for granted. That does not at all mean that you're just going to fill your aura up with a million different crystals. There's nothing wrong with that. But they're really more guides. Like your spirit guides. You don't just like put them on a leash and walk around with them all day long. No, they do their own thing. And they come down when you need their help. Or when they need to tell you something. You call on them when you need them in your life at the moment, or when you need them to help them, but to help you. But for all you know, they could be other people's guides. For all you know, they could have other purposes just to serve me. You know what I mean? Like you could need to do something for them. You know? And, I've had my grandfather talk to me through a crystal point of Super 7. You know what I mean? And then he left, and then it was just an empty crystal. Like I swear to you, like it was dead. Almost like there was nothing left in it. And that proved to me that there was like spiritual energy in every single other crystal that I felt energy from. And so for that reason, you really need to respect it. So there's no, like, it's no coincidence that a crystal comes into your life. So recognizing that and integrating that with your communication abilities is going to be very, very important to be able to talk to this crystal and be able to receive information when you understand the intention of a crystal. Also, ask it its intention. Does it have a specific purpose? Does it have a specific intention? Ask it its name. If it doesn't have a name, probably won't answer you. If it doesn't want to answer you, respect that too, I guess. It wants to remain mysterious. Talking to it, just flip it the other way around. The opposite way, the same way that you received energy. Just clear your mind, let yourself enter a relaxed state. Because it only takes about 30 seconds of deep breathing and concentrating on the breath to really relax. Keep going if you really want to continue being relaxed. But if you can get into that place where the outside world no longer really affects you, like you don't care. If you can, like, advanced meditators will be able to get there very, very quickly. Just get into that place. Concentrate on the crystal, the energy, and start to feed your thoughts through that energy link into the crystal. The thoughts that you want to transmit to it, the images, the audio. Because again, telepathic communication isn't through language, it's through images and visualization. And that's how you're able to translate it. But really powerful spiritual energies, like, here's the thing, because you're looking for, like, if you speak English, because I'm speaking English right now, this is the perfect way to explain it. If you're looking for a crystal to talk to you, and you don't really know how telepathic communication works, you're looking for it to speak English to you. You're looking for it to say, hi, how are you? I'm a crystal, and I want you to take me home. You're looking for that. That's not what you're supposed to be looking for. You're supposed to be looking for an energetic link and a transmission of images and audio that make up the basis for every single language in existence beyond human existence. Because that's what a telepathic communication is. It's not through language. A really, really advanced, powerful crystal will be able to recognize your form of communication, learn it as soon as it possibly can, and then talk to you. That's how this one was able to. It knew my name. But a lot of crystals just do their own thing and talk telepathically. And this really opened my mind to be able to receive other forms of communication. In fact, my favorite mantra to do with both blue apatite and blue kyanite is, I open my spirit to all forms of communication from the highest good. Throat chakra stones also help me to do this. Really figuring out that it doesn't have to be an English language. Because if there was no such thing as language, we would literally just draw pictures for each other, or we'd point, or we'd grunt, you know, we'd be like, "Argh." You know what I mean? We know what we're talking about. That could be a language. So language has nothing to do with it. Language is the association, the visualization, and the energy. And so many people take that for granted, saying like, oh, I have to learn this other language just to talk to these people. Like, no, you really don't. Trace it back to Lemuria. I'm always going to be talking about Lemuria, the advanced civilization before this civilization. And I'm not talking about technology. Technology is not advancement. The body is the advancement. The existence is the advancement. Getting back to nature and understanding just how much nature is capable of is the advancement. When you realize that, you realize just how fucking crazy we all are. But that is how you talk to crystals, and that's how you can receive crystal conversations. That's how you can be more open to it. And if you have any more questions, please let me know. I'm glad to answer them. I know I really do bits and pieces here and there because it's really hard to get my thoughts together. I'm working on that still. But little by little. But that's everything I can think of to talk about that right now. So good luck working with that. And welcome any entity into your life, whether it's dark or light. Just as long as you have protection, nothing can harm you. As long as you visualize light, nothing can harm you. But we're all made up of both dark and light, so never be afraid to welcome a dark entity into your life, just as long as you stay on your guard. But dark and light, no matter what, even a crystal, because you can learn anything. You can learn something from everything. Everything is worth it being a guide to you. Peace and love, appetite for spirit.